Yes, traveling through the Icelandic Highlands is something unique. As a photographer, the goal is obviously to capture photographs. But the passion goes beyond photography. Exploration, connection, and experience in remote nature. It's kind of a quest, a mystical journey. It gets you in the guts. The ultimate goal every time I travel to Iceland is to materialize what I have seen, what I have felt, to show to the world what a remote and untouched nature is. My mission is to raise awareness, but it's also a way to express my artistic vision of the elements. But focusing only on photography can be frustrating, as the outcome depends so much on what is out of control, such as weather or light. But sometimes we have to admit that we just fail. I'll show you some examples, as I fail most of the time on this trip, no matter if you are a beginner or a seasoned pro. My passion for remote nature photography goes far beyond just clicking the shutter button of my camera. The exploration begins at home, when planning my next trip. It probably sounds boring to most people, but I love spending hours on that, because it's where the dream starts. In the field, in such vast spaces, the four-wheel drive is compulsory to explore. That's fine. I really enjoy to drive such cars in these locations. It's an adventure in itself, useful and pleasing. You have to be focused. Driving in the Highlands is not to be underestimated when crossing rivers or on narrow, steep and stony tracks. But it's so much fun. Plus it takes you to places you just can't reach. Sometimes the location you want to photograph is just next to the track or the parking lot, but most of the time you will have to walk, however. Some hikes are short and easy, others more difficult, and it will take you several hours or even days to reach your destination. It is when you are hiking or camping that the weather conditions will be very important to consider. If you have watched my previous video, which I link in the description, we had a really bad experience when we got stuck in our tent during a relentless and unexpected 12-hour storm. It's when you face the elements that you begin to truly connect with nature, because it reminds you that you are not the strongest and not the most important. I have repeatedly experienced this deep feeling of being one with the trees, rocks, mountains, or even the stars. I have always lived in quite large cities, but since I was a child, I have the impression that it's in nature that I'm alive. It's my place. I'm more of a Cartesian spirit, but I have to admit that I have a sort of mystical connection with remote nature. Far from anxiety-provoking societies and the frantic race towards nothingness of our declining world. I don't want to become anxious too, so let's get back to photography. Despite my professional experience, preparation, and my ability to connect with this beautiful environment, it happens more than often that I fail. Well, it's not always a big fail, but I'm rarely satisfied with the end result. Let's take some examples from that last trip in the Highlands. There is a location. an outstanding lake, and a mountain. I guess I'm obsessed by mountains. Conic shapes can drive me crazy. We spent several days in this area, but I just never found a good composition and didn't get the right conditions in the best spot. Don't get me wrong, we got some great sunrises. Some epic bad weather conditions as well. But I couldn't manage to bring all the pieces together. Some shots are decent, but nothing I'm really happy with. For sure, I will spend more time during my upcoming trip in that area, scouting, exploring different viewpoints, hike further, higher, longer. Maybe the things will match together this time. There is another mountain I'm obsessed about. Another pyramid-shaped typical green Icelandic mountain. This panorama, composed of a dozen of vertical shots, have been taken along one of the main Highlands trail. The view is just breathtaking. But it's not that easy to balance such a big vista. I also went to less known spots to photograph my beloved mountain. There are so many photogenic places in this country. Still not happy with the composition. It can be improved. The wind was very strong that day. You can see the sandstorm in the left background, but I'm hoping for more atmosphere next time. The landscape is so epic in Iceland that you can take interesting pictures along the track. Did you know there is a horseshoe bend in the Highlands? It requires a special technique to capture this wide scenery, as even an ultra-wide angle cannot do it in one shot. This technique and many more, I share it during my workshops. If you want to check them out, I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Lately, as I'm getting older, I felt the need to share my knowledge and 40 years of experience as a professional photographer. It became obvious that I could not keep just for myself what I learned over the years. My sensitivity towards nature and environmental issues, my duty to raise awareness in that sense, my taste for outdoors adventure. I really enjoy to educate by sharing my pictures or my videos here on YouTube. During my workshops, we can also dive more deeply into technical aspects or develop the artistic skills of each one. In a few time, I will retire from my regular photojournalist job and will be able to dedicate full time to education and transmission.